We are so excited to start the Chillin Chat talk show with Trish and Jenny.
What? Trish and Jenny? No, Jenny and Trish.
No. Trish and Jenny. Trish, one syllable. Jenny, two. Sounds way better. And they've already put a lot of advertising for Chillin Chat. I think they did anyway. So we're not asking them to change that.
We're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
But I am so glad we finally made a decision on our name, Chill and Chat.
Yes.
Yeah. So what were some of the first tries?
I think it was we had Cheeky Chat.
Yeah, Chilly Chat.
And Chill Chat.
Yeah.
Chill Chat.
Chill Chat.
That was the producer guy suggesting that was way too manly.
Yeah, too male.
Yeah, so we're Chillin Chat. As I was saying, we're very excited about our new talk show.
Yeah, it's going to be all about chilling and chatting, which is our favorite thing to do. Hey, Trish?
Yes, and we have lots of things we want to share.
Lots of topics.
Yes, such as chatting with interesting Chilliwack people.
Including Chilliwack children. Where are they now? We have some really interesting people who have grown up in Chilliwack and gone to do some amazing things.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And interesting facts about Chilliwack. I mean, I've only been here for 4 years, so I'm going to be learning a lot.
Exactly. Well, some of them is, what does Chilliwack mean? And why does Chilliwack smell?
What? Chilliwack doesn't smell. Are you sure it's not your garbage can you smell in the morning?
No. I know you actually get used to it, but I remember being an interior gal and driving to Vancouver and going through Chilliwack and having to plug my nose. And then I married a Chilliwack boy.
Oh, so that's what brought you here 50 years ago.
25 years ago.
Oh,
aging me.
Oh, sorry. 25 years ago. But I'm sure whatever it was, 25 years ago or so, whatever it was, it doesn't smell.
Right.
It's not.
Because you get used to it.
Yes. Some other topics we're going to be talking about are women versus men, the way men and women think differently.
And they do so much. And we're going to see it through the love languages, which is how to get your love tank filled. And we'll really see the difference between men and women in that.
Yes. Yeah. And we're going to do some traveling tips, especially staycations and things to do this summer.
And really important because we can't do international travel.
I know.
And we have such a beautiful province, and there's so much to do. So,
yes. So we're going to give you some great ideas.
Yeah. And then about women and health and fitness and weight loss, beauty, fashion, so many things.
Yes. And blood types and DNA testing, such an interesting topic.
Which you have to get done, your DNA testing.
You know, my sister got hers done, and I thought I would probably be similar to her. She's like part Dutch and mostly Dutch and a little bit of European countries here and there. Yeah. Wouldn't I be the same?
Well, not the same, similar, but my sister took it and she had 5% German and I didn't have any German. So it just depends, you know, which ancestor you get your DNA from.
Oh, that's so interesting. I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
And of course, upcoming local events. So
that's going to be exciting.
Lots and lots of topics.
Yes. So here we are at the chillTV studio. They promised us a white leather couch. Yeah, and some chairs and really comfortable setting. But apparently it's just a warehouse. No, just kidding. It's beautiful here. Yeah. And there's a garbage can right beside me and there's a whole bunch of mail in it.
Oh, is that Chilliwack Tonight's mail?
I don't know. Let's check. Let's see. There's something from the government they threw out. I think it's a bill.
I think it's opened. Let's
I think all this mail. Looks like they opened this mail and they just threw it in the garbage. And it's all for Chilliwack Tonight. Now, Chilliwack Tonight is the TV show that's on the talk show just before us.
Right. The 701.
The 701 slot, yes. And so apparently they get mail that they don't read.
Let's read it.
Well, here, I'll give you a few.
Okay.
Catch.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, it's all open here.
Let's see.
Okay.
Dear Chilliwack Tonight, oh my goodness, we are really looking forward to Chillin Chat Talk Show. Nice. Will it replace Chilliwack Tonight? Ooh, yours truly, Mary.
Okay, let's check this. Oh, okay. Dear Chilliwack Tonight, I'm so excited to have a female talk show. Of course. Yay to Chillin Chat ladies. Women rule. Sincerely.
Absolutely.
Sincerely, Patricia.
Oh, thank you, Patricia. All right, next one. I can't believe they threw this in the mail. They didn't read this in their show. Well, they didn't do any letters this week. Anyways, this one's a little more familiar. Hi, Barris and Jeff. Thank you, Barris and Jeff, for bringing in Trish and Jenny. See, she even says Trish and Jenny.
Whatever.
Women hosts are the best. I hope you don't interfere too much. Love, Maria.
Oh, love Maria.
Who's Maria?
Okay, I got one here too. Let's see. To chillTV, awesome woman power. We've been waiting forever, capitalized, for women hosts. Can they take the 701 slot?
Ooh.
Is that like a prime spot?
I'm not sure. We'll have to check into that.
We gotta work
we'll
on
talk
that.
to the producers.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you would like to write us a note, please email it to chillinchatTV@gmail.com. Don't mail it because I think Chilliwack Tonight throws out their mail.
I think so.
Everything,
but
even bills. Yes.
We would love to hear personally from you, your thoughts and opinions and ideas.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on with the show.
Yes.
We are so excited to have the Mayor of Chilliwack, Ken Popoff, on our premiere episode tonight.
Wow, and we also have Kim Murphy of BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar coming, and I think she's bringing some wine for us to taste. So excited. All right, so we'll see you after the break.
Wasting away, watching clouds float by my window.
So, are we ready for our first guest, Jenny?
Yes, so excited. So our first guest of our very first show is a longtime Chilliwack resident, established business owner, a very involved community member who has served on the BIA and supported many community events, a city councilor for many years, and most recent, becoming the Mayor of Chilliwack. So please welcome Mayor Ken Popoff.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies. It's truly a pleasure to be here on your show and being your first guest on what you call it the Chillin Chat. Now, I understand this is kind of a female version of the Chilliwack Tonight Show. Is that true?
Yeah,
Is that
I
what
would
this
say
is?
I would call it a better version.
Well, I certainly would because you're way better looking than the two of the guys that run that show. Just
thank you.
putting it out there. Just sorry, they're Barris and Jeff, but I call them like I see them.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So we're going to talk about Chilliwack and COVID-19, a topic that's on the top of everyone's list right now. And Ken, so you were mayor for just over a year when this world crisis hit. And as mayor, what was your thoughts and feelings when this crisis actually became a reality in Chilliwack?
Well, I'm curious if this show is G-rated because I pretty much said, "Holy crap, what are we doing?" Yeah, it certainly didn't catch us off guard. We were following what was happening in China and coming this way here, and we sat down with senior staff and listened to what our famous Dr. Henry was suggesting we do. Talk with other mayors in the community, watched what they were doing, and pretty much followed suit. We, shut down every place that would have people to gather at, like your pools and your basketball courts, tennis ball courts, pickleball courts. I know I wasn't too popular for a while, but it was certainly the right thing to do. And as of now, it certainly was the right thing to do because it certainly has worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked. So good
absolutely.
job. Yeah.
Now, COVID restrictions have been relaxing in BC recently. How does that look for Chilliwack right now?
Well, again, we do follow the doctor's recommendations, and I want to use her analogy of it. It's not like flipping a switch; it's more like turning a dial.
Yeah,
So
that was
it's
a
a
great
slow
one.
opening. Last week we reopened the tennis courts, pickleball courts, soccer fields, and other things to follow. But we are certainly following her recommendations, and I thank the people of Chilliwack for complying. I know I've had many emails from soccer mums and tennis players, and of course pickleball players, like, when are you going to open these places up? Well, we're going to do it when it's the right time to do it. And again, it took some time. I know I wasn't too popular, but again, we have succeeded in really flattening the curve, and I thank the people of Chilliwack for doing that.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you. And so, of course, local businesses are opening now. And what type of restrictions do these businesses need to implement?
Well, for myself, being in business, we followed the Work Safe program that is out there on the government website for business owners who don't have that information, but it gives you a great blueprint on what to do with social distancing, if you can do that. If not, plexiglass, markings on the floors, say sanitation, washing your hands, making sure that your washrooms are readily available to do that sort of thing. And I, because it wasn't a total shutdown here in Chilliwack, I think, the businesses that remained open abided by the ask from WorkSafe, and the ones that are going to reopen will have to do the same thing as well. So it's a bit of an arduous road, but that's the way we have to run it for right now.
Yes. All right. So now I understand you have a big announcement to make.
Yes, I do, and it is that your tax statements are in the mail.
What?
Well, the city needs money to operate and fix potholes and build new roads. No, through this pandemic period, the hospitality and food and beverage segment of Chilliwack was the hardest hit. There's no doubt, and I tip my hat to the government for stepping up to the plate, to allowing restaurants and pubs to expand their seating area to sidewalks, to parking lots, to wherever physically possible. And the real key here is it's in our hands to do this. If you were going to go through the Liquor Control Board, it'd probably take 6-8 months to get any sort of licensing to do this kind of thing. But they have given it to the municipalities to run with this and govern it, the actual transitioning of extra space, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So we're going to have more patios this summer.
More patio space.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. And I like I say, that part of the industry really took a hard hit, and however we can help them to get more cash into their tills is what we're trying to do, and get people out to support these guys. And the shopping local now more than ever is super important to support your local people.
What a great solution. And you're outside in the air. Isn't that supposed to be a good thing too?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, let's get a little more personal.
Really?
No.
Yes. So, as a young boy growing up in Chilliwack, was it ever in your dreams to become mayor?
Short answer is no. No, I had no inclination, no desire to do that. But as I guess as I grew into myself and started to volunteer, and as you introduced me as part of the BIA, and it was a passion of putting events together, and the events that myself and my team started are still going on. So it was one of those, I kind of grew into it, got onto council after that. I finished I was into my second term. There's an opportunity to, take a shot at the mayor's seat, and I took it. And I'll tell you, that was the hardest 6 months of my life. And you can ask my wife that as well, because she was by my side. And I drove her crazy, but I love her to bits, and she stood by me. And it's been it's been a good go. It's been a good go.
So, what was your dream as a young boy?
What was my dream?
Yeah, what
to
were
be
you
rich and
wanting?
famous, just like you guys. I wanted to be in business, which I am, and I have been, successfully for almost 30 years, and to always try to give back to my community. I always feel that if you expect something out of your community, you got to put some stuff back in your community. If it's time, if it's money, what have you. But it's worked out pretty good for me.
Oh, that's awesome. I have another question. Ken, what has been the hardest for you personally during these last few months?
Maybe I should throw the question back to you two girls. What's been the hardest for you?
Ooh.
I know for me, I can answer that easily, but I want to ask you guys, what's your...
Well,
I can tell you Jenny's.
Being an extrovert has been very hard. So I get energy from being around people. And so I was, on the couch having a little temper tantrums and getting upset.
Little meltdowns, yes.
Oh, my.
And I'd have to say probably that's the same for me too.
Yeah.
I love being around people, the energy you
Exactly.
get from people, and then all of a sudden to not be able to do that, not to be able to sit in a restaurant.
Exactly. Not to go to Earl's every Friday.
It's been, and having to try to replace it with Zoom, which actually has been great, but you don't actually feel their energy when you're in person.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So you pretty well answered the question right there. I'm just like you guys too. I'm a people person, and people that know me, I'm a hugger, and it's hard. I know, Gail, you can't do that. But it's a right thing not to do for right now. It's not forever, like a doctor says, but it is for right now. So that for sure is the hardest thing for me to do, without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah,
excellent.
absolutely.
So in regards to Chilliwack, what is your hope for the future? Like, what would be your top wish for Chilliwack in the next few years?
Well, it's already underway. The redevelopment of downtown has been a passion of mine for many years. I talked about
Excited
that when
about
I was
that.
part of the BIA,
Yes.
and as my seat as president there, we always talked about the revitalization of our downtown, and it's well underway. I was able to tour it a couple of weeks ago with the Alga brothers, and for all you doubters that live on the south side that the north side is ever going to evolve, you got another thing coming. You just wait and see what's going to come out of that place.
Can't
It's
wait.
going to be fantastic, and the Alga brothers are putting people into these places that are all going to tie in and fit. It's not just they build a building and put for like a for lease sign out front. It's well thought out. It's well put together. As far as the infrastructure project goes, as you can see, we're well into it right now. I've posted what it's going to look like on my Facebook page and on the city page as well. So the whole downtown is going to be a new place to hang out and a great place to hang
I
out.
can't
Great.
wait.
That's exciting.
Oh,
Yes.
that's gonna be
It's
awesome.
Such a cute little area, and it's going to be perfect.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, Ken, thank you so
Yes,
much
thank
for
you.
being our very first guest
first
on
guest.
Chillin' Chat.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you ladies, and I really feel that you're going to give Barris and Jeff a run for their
Yes.
money and keep smiling. And it was truly an honor to be here with you girls. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So are we ready for our second guest?
We sure are. Born in the wine capital of British Columbia, but growing up in Chilliwack, Kim was destined to develop a passion for wine. She has been in the wine industry for 30 years, working with the best winemakers in the Okanagan before moving to Chilliwack and opening her own BCVQA wine store. I loved that store.
Oh, I loved it too. We were there every Friday.
Yes, we were. Now she has the only wine bar in Chilliwack, BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar. And today we will get a chance to taste some of BC's finest. Welcome, Kim
Kim.
Murphy.
Well, cheers, and thank you very, very much for inviting me today. It's really an honor to be on Chillin' Chat and have you ladies hosting your first show, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I see we're going to do some wine tasting today. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I mean, you gave me a great intro, so thank you so much for that. But I guess it's been a bit of a journey being in the BC wine industry for so long, and then bringing the first BC VQA wine store to Chilliwack and introducing the world of BC wine to our fellow community here has been very exciting for me. And that was a 10-year project. And now going into opening the first wine bar in the Fraser Valley is really exciting to me because it's a whole new experience and a whole new level of what we can actually show the community.
Awesome.
Wow.
I say thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank
for doing that.
you. Now, could you tell us a little bit more about BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar?
Yes, so actually BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar started as actually just a place for my wine club members to really visit and to
we were members.
enjoy. And and what ended up happening is a small project turned into a larger project, and we were able to install a full commercial kitchen and all Fraser Health approved. So we have a
Nice.
full menu. And as well, we specialize in wine flights, and that's what we're going to be talking about and tasting today is kind of what we do at the wine bar when you come and enjoy a flight of wine.
Excellent. Well,
Wow.
What do you have on the menu?
We're really a shared plate tapas style idea. So a lot of the opportunities to share with your fellow guests. And then as well, we do everything farm to table and everything super local. So we
Wow.
always source out all the local ingredients. We do lots of charcuterie boards. And it's really everything to be paired with a nice flight of wine.
Wow. Well, let's get set up for these wine flights. But is the mayor still here, Ken?
Yeah, is he still in the building? We should get him in here.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Let's set him up and he can taste as well.
Sounds
All right.
great.
Well, we'll
Absolutely.
see
That
you after
sounds
the
fun.
break.
Tales from the Quarantine with Nancy Cigar.
Welcome back. And now for the fun part of the show.
Yes, we found Ken, and he's agreed to delve into a little bit of educational wine tasting this afternoon.
Did somebody say wine?
Yeah.
Of course I'll have a little taste of wine. And on the heels of what Kim was saying about shopping local and sourcing her food local, the wine comes from BC, that's local. And this was my push, was to stay local, shop local, and enjoy your wine. And Kim, thanks for actually hosting this. And I'm really excited to taste your selections. Take it away.
Thank you.
All right, Kim. So what are we starting with?
So I'm really excited to let you know that at BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar, what we focus on a lot is on wine flights. This is a varietal flight tasting, so showcasing 4 different varietals that we grow in British Columbia. And we'll take you through, and this is what we do at BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar, take you through the actual varietals that you're tasting, let you know a little bit about them, and then you can self-educate and talk and learn on your own. So,
Excuse me, it's called a varietal?
a varietal, yes.
Varietal.
So we
Is
have
that French or is that Italian or what is that?
that is the types of grapes we grow in BC.
I see.
That actually, so in Europe, Ken, when you look at a wine bottle, it does not say the varietal on the bottle. You have to know that if you're in Burgundy and drinking red wine, you're drinking Pinot Noir. And if you're in Italy, into different regions, you could be drinking a Barbaresco or a
Chianti
Barolo,
or-
and the Chianti is actually the Sangiovese grape. So you're actually not drinking Sangiovese, you're actually drinking Chianti. So we'll kind of touch on varietals as we go through this tasting. Yeah.
Exciting.
So to start, we grow about 16 different varietals in BC. So what we're showcasing here is 4 out of the 16 that we grow. And on the front of our tasting cards, if you can see, we show you the total number of acres planted. So that's total number of acres planted of that varietal in British Columbia.
Wow.
And as you can see, if you add them up, you can see that we still are a very, very small wine region in terms of world of wine in British Columbia. You know, not having hundreds of thousands of acres of grapes planted, more in the tens of thousands of grapes planted. What we like to do as well with our flights is you can turn your card around and then we prop them up and you can read about the varietal that you're tasting and sort of self-educate yourself through our actual flight.
It might be a little tough when you get to the 4th one though. It just, the words might be a little bit blurred after that one.
Well,
saying.
yeah, totally. I mean, you are having, 4 2-ounce glasses, but it's pretty fun. What we like to tell you to do is always taste wine left to right. So even if you're at a wine tasting that you don't know anything about, it's a cardinal rule with wine to taste left to right.
Okay.
Now, with our flights, you don't have to finish glass 1 to move to glass 2. We actually encourage you to taste glass 1, taste glass 2, taste glass 3, and then 4, and then go back and have fun with your palate and see if you really, really loved it, if you wanted to go back, So, are we ready?
Yes.
Ken and
Ready.
Trish and Jenny?
Yes, we're
Alrighty,
ready.
so we're going to start with a Riesling. Now, this is from a winery called Moraine Winery. They are a Russian-owned winery on the Naramata Bench. And Oleg Orishtikov is a fantastic man who owns the winery, bringing his family from Russia to Canada and to the BC wine industry. They just opened a BC a bed and breakfast, so if you are going up to the Naramata Bench, it's a beautiful little spot that they've just built. The important thing about BC Riesling is it is one of the most fantastic clones of Riesling in the world. Because what happened was in 1976, so way back when, 1976, Walter Geringer from Geringer Brothers convinced his enology professor, enology being wine, in Geisenheim University, Germany, to come to the Okanagan Valley and bring clones of Riesling, Gewürztraminer, Ehrenfelser, and try them planted in Okanagan soil. And so what ended up happening is Professor Becker brought the original Riesling.
Okay, so when do we
clones.
drink? Like, I'm ready. It's all good to get into it. I'm just joking.
I know. Keep talking. That was very
He's a Russian. It's good. I support his winery already. So
Yeah. So what ended up happening is we
On
have
track.
the finest Riesling clones from Johannesburg, Germany. And this is the original Johannesburg Riesling clone. So I love Riesling. It's one of my favorite. Cheers.
Cheers.
Make sure you
Really
know,
good.
look at your wine, taste your wine, smell your wine, and don't forget to cheers your wine. Okay?
Cheers.
Enjoy.
So for me, I'm not a real Riesling fan because it's typically on the sweet side. I like mine a little bit drier, but this
Okay.
certainly does end dry. So it's nice. It's refreshing.
It's very
You
a
can
nice.
see me on my deck
Yeah.
in the
Summer
sunshine
drink.
having a couple glasses of this. So this is it's very nice.
You
Yeah,
know,
I love it, Kim.
Yeah, Riesling is always thought to be a sweet wine, but we
Yeah.
don't make it sweet in BC. There's hardly any sweet Rieslings in BC, so it is
That's
a
good.
refreshing, great patio wine, and it's also a great winter white. I drink Riesling all year long. The second
I can
wine,
taste the apple in this.
yes, for sure,
yeah,
tons of green
Oh,
apple.
Jenny,
It's
how
beautiful. So
impressive.
like a pork tenderloin
Yeah.
with an applesauce,
I think you read the back of the card.
anything like that.
Sure did.
That's okay.
That's
That's how you
cheating.
learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn. Okay, moving on to the next wine. We are going now all the way to the North Okanagan
You enjoying this round?
into the Lake Country area.
Yes.
This is Intrigue Social Rosé. Okay, so Roger Wong was winemaker at Grey Monk for 12 years. Started Intrigue about 4 years ago, and now he's solely on his own and running his own winery. We have this as our house pour because it's so fantastically delicious, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous rosé. He makes it with a blend of white and red grapes. You can either make rosé from 100% red or a blend of white and red. This is the blend of the white and the red juice. So just a gorgeous, pretty color. If you look, I mean, you know, and summer, they say, Ken, real men drink pink.
I've been drinking
Because,
rosé. I have
you
been
know,
drinking rosé. I have no
barbecue
problem. No,
season,
no,
yeah.
no,
Barbecue season, pork
no,
ribs, anything on the
no.
barbecue,
Lovely.
you're rosé.
Oh, cheers to
Absolutely.
that.
100%.
Yeah.
Cheers.
100%.
So rosé is totally coming back. It's totally trending right now, and it's just a great way to start your summer off with
Love
that
it.
summer patio now.
Let's taste it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've already had 2 sips.
Talking of patios, I hear you're expanding your patios.
We are. I think we're the first application to the city of Chilliwack
Oh,
to
that's
expand our
great.
patio,
Yeah.
which we were super excited to hear the province of British Columbia announce that.
Yes.
Because of course we're at 50% occupancy for our total occupant load for each of our restaurants in British Columbia. So them allowing to do that just helps us fill the gap with allowing us to be able to have that occupant load be full, so we can make money, because we sure have been hit hard by this pandemic. So
Absolutely.
That's great. Looking forward
That's
to it this
great.
summer.
yes,
Yeah.
we do already have a large patio, so
Yeah.
we're one of the lucky ones, I think. But definitely support all the restaurants in BC
Yes.
in order to hopefully help them to get expansion. And I think the city of Chilliwack has been really forthcoming in allowing us to do this, and they're wanting to turn applications around like in a day. So just kudos to them. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent.
Okay,
All
what's
right.
our next one?
Now, this is a mixed wine flight. We have
right.
an all-white flight at BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar. We have a mixed flight, so 2 red, 2 white, and then we have an all red, and then we also have a premium flight. For this one, I love to throw a rosé in or a bubbly in for any of your white or your mixed flights. And then I love to do the mixed flight because you get that taste of red as well. This one is from a small winery in Osoyoos, so we're kind of jumping all over the Okanagan Valley here with this flight. A winery called
Nope.
CC Jens.
Nope. We've been tasting a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Our memory's going.
I was rambling and rambling, and then I figured, oh yeah, CC Jens. So the
Oh, I love
important thing about this
nice
Syrah, so Syrah is from, just back to your varietal, Ken, is Syrah is a wine grape from the Rhone Valley of France. So if you were in the Rhone Valley and you were drinking red wine, you would be drinking Syrah.
That's really nice.
Okay, this one winning actually best red wine in Canada. So just a beautiful wine. My favorite pairing with Syrah is roasted lamb with rosemary.
Wow.
Fantastic pairing with Syrah. You can just see the beautiful color on this one. You
I
know,
love
it's,
this, Kim. This is
amazing.
Yeah.
I love this. This is actually, they're one of my favorites, actually,
Yeah.
this winery.
They really have done a great job. Still
Yes.
so small. You know, if there's a
Yeah.
winery that you want to visit in the Okanagan, that's right on the Oliver-Osoyoos border. CC Jens is a fantastic place to stop. Super hometown, just like 25 years ago in the BC wine industry.
Just like Chilliwack, a super
Just
cool
like
hometown. I
Chilliwack,
bet.
that's right, exactly.
Sort of wines in Chilliwack.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So what I like, see, the Australians tend to do their Syrah, they call it Shiraz, it's actually Syrah, in a little bit of a more black pepper, a little bit higher alcohol, a little bit beefier. Whereas we try to tend towards the traditional French Syrah, where it's super velvety, super exquisite, and you really get that from this wine. You get that full mouth feel, but you just get that elegance to it. And that's what I find about a lot of BC reds is we are more elegant when in terms of when we come to our red wines.
Nice.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers.
It's good.
Get one more sip in this.
Easy, girls. No, easy. It's just a tasting. Don't forget.
Just a tasting.
So now I move on to one of the iconic red wine grapes in British Columbia called Cabernet Franc.
Nice.
Now, the reason why it's iconic for BC is because Sandra Oldfield from Tinhorn Creek Vineyards decided when she rode her Mustang across from Napa Valley, across from the United States border from Oyama into Osoyoos, that she was going to make a difference. And what she did was Cabernet Franc is traditionally a Bordeaux blended grape. The same with Malbec and Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. Traditionally in France, it's a Bordeaux blended grape. Nobody really except a little bit of vineyard in the Loire Valley in France grow Cabernet Franc as a single varietal. She planted it. She was the founder of Cabernet Franc in BC. She was behind it her whole way.
Wow.
And she has always grown 100% and made 100% varietal Cabernet Franc. It grows fantastic in BC. It's cousin to Cabernet Sauvignon. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of a BC wine. It's gorgeous. You'll get that, you'll get that traditional sort of Cabernet Sauvignon berry and fruit on it with blackberry and raspberry, but then you get this nice little pepper and spice to it, which is just a really nice twist on it.
Lovely.
So, peppercorn steak on the barbecue.
I like, Kim, how you have the little cards there that you can read.
I love it.
And that's what we kind of do at BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar. We kind of have a mini wine tasting for you. And so we switch up our wine list all the time, seasonally.
Yeah.
So we'll always have kind of our standards, but we always switch it up seasonally because we want you to have a unique experience every time you visit. And then also, right now, of course, we're bringing in more rosé. Because rosé is patio, and so
everybody looking at me when you were kind of like I drink a lot of rosé. Ask my wife; she knows I drink. I like my pinks. They're refreshing this time of year.
And
Absolutely.
I agree with it, Ken. I mean, and that's what I say. With rosé, it's a great all-time summer drink. Goes with everything from a spinach salad with strawberries to a steak on the barbecue.
Yeah, a lot of my friends like it too. So it's that's a nice one. And that Cab Franc is more to my liking. It's a little bit drier end opposed to the Syrah, but everybody has a different palate. Everybody has a different taste.
What we hope to do at BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar is just to absolutely impress you with every wine we have, because we do try to bring in the best of BC. And we want you to enjoy that experience every time you come in.
Yeah, great job.
Well, Kim, that was impressive. Very
Yes,
impressive.
and thank you for sharing your wonderful wine with us today. Cheers.
Cheers. I've so enjoyed myself here. Thank you so much for having me.
I think I'm gonna have to phone a cab ride home. I have to be careful.
All right, so
All right.
there you go. There you have it. Check out BC Urban Kitchen and Wine Bar on Progressive Way. Cheers.
Progress Way.
Progress Way.
Yeah,
Cheers.
no problem. Progress
Too much
Way,
wine.
just off of Licking Road, bottom of Chilliwack Mountain.
And
so we're
join their
surrounded
wine
by
club
mountains.
too.
Yes. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Ken. Had a great time. Thank you so much.
Hey, so exciting with the patios opening up. What great news for all the restaurants that they can do that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So exciting. And I know which patio I'll be sitting on for this whole summer.
Me too.
Yes. And I'm also very glad that these social isolation rules are relaxing because
Yes.
this is really hard, especially when you're an extrovert.
Oh, I know. You were like at home in the beginning, like, I can't stand this. I need people. You get energy from people. I'm an
Exactly.
extrovert. I need people.
Exactly.
I do as well to a certain degree.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this could be an introvert conspiracy.
I think it's possible. Yes. My husband loves it, though. He's an introvert and he likes to be
Yes.
at home with this. But
Yeah, no, my husband's an extrovert. I don't know how two extroverts got together.
Yeah.
Usually it's opposite, right?
anyway, glad we're getting back to some normality and what they call the new norm.
Yes, the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? There's been some positives that have come out of this.
Absolutely. And it's always good to think about the positives.
Yes.
And that's the thing. We're both half cup full
We are.
people. I mean,
Meaning we're not half empty, we're half full.
we're half
right?
full, yes. And I mean, we have a lot of differences. A lot of things are different, but we're definitely half cup full.
Half
So-
full, yes.
Yeah, and not to diminish many of the trials and tribulations that a lot of people are going through right now. But, let's look at the positives of this, what's happening.
Well, one of the things I heard about was cleaner air because less people are driving their cars, so less emissions.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
And apparently from Earth, you can see a way cleaner, more beautiful Earth. And
Yes.
like the smog is gone from a lot of the big cities. So yeah. And then the clearer waterways all over the world, including Venice, you can now see, schools of fish.
I know, and they
Yeah.
could, they
No,
haven't
they've
seen
never
that
been
in a
able to see
very
that.
long time, yes. And families are spending time together more,
Yes.
getting better sleep, having a little more fun.
Maybe an increase in population in 9 months, kind of fun.
Oh, someone should do a study on that in 9
Yes,
months.
I think so. And of course, changes in the workforce where people are working at home, spending less time commuting. So they're getting, more time to do things that they never got a chance to do. And, like in Promontory, where we both live and we hike every morning, it's like walking through a, show home community with
I
all the
know.
amazing gardens. Like everybody
and seeing how they evolve
Yeah.
like every day. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, everything's so beautiful.
I know, exactly.
And there's lots of really great stories popping up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been amazing.
Yeah. Stories, pictures, videos shared online. And, your fairy story. Tell about the fairy story.
My fairy story? Oh, that story. Oh, yeah. There's this actually this
Yeah.
really cool group in Promontory.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Promontory Wine and Whiskey Fairies.
Oh, wine and whiskey.
It's whiskey too,
Oh.
yes. And so what happens is you just post your address in the
Mm-hmm.
Promontory group, and somebody picks your name, and they bring to you
Oh,
a
wow.
bottle of wine. So you do say what you prefer for
Yeah.
wine, red or white. I was very specific. I
Yeah.
said red Zinfandel from California.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I got the most beautiful bottle of wine, but then I got a whole basket full of goodies and snacks and these really cool socks. You have to see them. They've become my favorite.
Oh,
they sent me
those are
these, and I wear them all the
beautiful.
time now.
Aw.
And they're made by somebody in Chilliwack.
Wow, those are
Yeah,
beautiful.
so it's really fun. So check out that Promontory Wine Fairy group.
Yeah, what a great thing. Who started this?
I don't know.
We're going
I
to have
don't
to
know.
find them and interview them on the show.
I think we should.
Yeah.
That would be very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so, we would like to, anyone in the audience here, we'd love to hear feedback or questions or requests for topics. And yeah, email us at chillin.chat.tv. That's it.
Remember, it's the letter N. Chillin Chat
Chillin Chat
at
TV.
gmail.com.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Still learning the name.
who are we interviewing next week?
Yeah, next week's guests are Earls and Frankie's restaurant owner, Raphael Aola, And we also have
the 3 winners
Yes.
from the Total Makeover Challenge. We just announced it on Tuesday evening,
Yes.
who our top
Last
winner
night.
is in each city.
exciting.
So we're very excited about that.
So until next time,
Keep
chilling and chatting.